Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer. The DRF race of the day for Wednesday, January the 29th, kicks off a 50-cent late pick 4 at Gulfstream Park. It's race number 7. It's a turf sprint for optional claimers bred in Florida. Let's take a look at this field. You can download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. I want to begin with the Timeform US pace projector for this race. We notice it's not a red bar situation. Could be a fair pace. They have the 5 Captain Ron out there on the early lead. The number 3, though, our boy Bodie, he's pretty fast, and I think he's going to go.
Yeah, I think so too. I do wonder if he's fast enough to actually make the lead if everybody else is going, but I think he's going to. Dan, I actually also think that the horse on the outside is going to try and show speed. It seems like maybe he's lost his speed lately, but I think he's probably going to go, especially after what happened last time.
Let's talk a little bit about the number 1 Scribe, a horse that's been on the lead in his last 2 races. He has really improved since returning as a 5-year-old with blinkers on. We'll go back to his most recent race on January the 15th. Scribe is down towards the inside. He set the pace. He's going to finish a game second behind the odds-on winner, What's Inside. But that race was a non-winners of 3 life, and he's taking a pretty big step up in class here while facing other speeds.
Yeah, and listen, he was very game in this race, but as you say, it wasn't the strongest field in the world. He's just a horse. The 6 times they've sprinted him on turf, he's been in the exacta every time. He's really game. I don't know if he necessarily fits with these horses. This is a tougher race.
The number 2, Honolulu Express, he really doesn't have very many bad turf sprints. And by turf sprints, I mean anything less than 7.5 furlongs. He came with a nice run to win last time out. We're going to take a look at that race. It's way back on October the 10th at Gulfstream West. Yellow cap angling to the outside. He's actually going to be out of the screen right now. But this is a pretty good, strong run. And on the face of it, the fractions don't look that fast for a 5-furlong race. They went the half in 45 and 4. He's a sharp horse, but another one stepping up in class and dealing with a layoff.
Yeah, I mean, he was really impressive winning this race, though. He's another horse who he's run well in basically all of his turf sprints. He doesn't need to be that far out of it, but man, if they go fast in front of him, I'm going to expect him to come running at the end of this race. We
figure our boy Bodie is going to be part of this pace picture, returning to turf after his most recent start was washed off of the grass. He made hay against $35,000 beaten claimers 2 starts back at Gulfstream West. Let's watch this race. He just had too much speed for these horses, and he cuts the corner turning into the stretch, and I like the way he won this race. I don't think he was beating the toughest competition of the world, but this is a very comfortable victory.
Yeah, he dominated this field. It certainly helps when you get loose on the lead like he did in this race, but you saw him there when we picked up the replay, cut the corner, opened up on the field, and it was really never in doubt. He was also part of that replay we watched prior with Honolulu Express, and he just didn't run as well that day. I don't know what his excuse was, Dan, but he did bounce back and win easily in that race we just watched.
Amelias Wild Ride is a 9-year-old. He is a former graded stakes winner. He won, I believe it was the Woodford the year it was actually washed off of the turf. He's also a multiple stakes winning turf sprinter. It's safe to say he's probably lost a lot of zip off of his fastball. He was in for the Open 16 tag last time out, just couldn't threaten. He certainly had an excuse for that race, but you go back to several of his other starts and he just lacks the punch he showed as a younger horse.
He's not as good as he used to be, but he's got a ton of back class. I think he probably fits really well at this level right now. Listen, last time I didn't think he had any real excuse, and I thought his trip was a good one. That was just a better field. And I think it might have been a better field than this one. Pocket Change, who won that race, I wouldn't be betting against him in a race like this. So I think Amelias Wild Ride fits really well at this race right now.
Timeform US has Captain Ron on the lead. That's his preferred running style when he gets a chance to control the pace. He was up front in his most recent race only 2 weeks ago on January the 15th. We're going to turn into the stretch there. Captain Ron is the number 3, and XY Speed's the favorite in this race. He has dead aim on Captain Ron. It takes Captain Ron a long time to make his final lead switch, but he had to go pretty fast in the early portion of this race, and he held on nicely to dead heat for the place.
He did. I thought he ran, well enough in that race to be a contender right back in this. But I can't say that I love him, Dan. But if he gets right to the lead on this field, like the pace projector thinks he might, I think that makes him really tough in here.
Safe to say that Michael Maker had a pretty good weekend on the turf, coast to coast, and he has the number 6 Cryogenic in this race. And Cryogenic's last few starts, I think, are throwouts. Last time out on the dirt, the time before that, 121 to 1 odds against stakes horses in that Claiming Crown. And 3-back, he just really didn't get out of the gate. He's going to need some pace to run at because he doesn't have a lot of early speed, but he has a few races and a few figs that would put him in the mix if the pace melts down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a closer and you expect this pace to be fast and competitive, this is probably the one that you want. He's got the top connections. I think those things, the Maker Ortiz thing maybe hurts his price a little bit, but I think this horse makes plenty of sense in this race.
The last 4 times Grand Malbec, the number 7, was offered for a tag. He won all 4 of those races. He is now dropping in for a tag one more time. He's just been in tough spots. This is a much easier field from a class perspective, yeah. And as you said, he's probably going to try to show more speed here.
I would think he would. I guess the real question with him, Dan, is just, has his form just totally gone the wrong way, and do you not want him anymore, especially if he's going to take money in this race? Because he was running races in 2018 that would make him really tough in here, and he only managed 4 starts last year, and he didn't seem like he was quite the same horse. He was facing some much better horses. As you say, Tiger Blood 2 and 3 back is too good for him. I thought he had an excuse last time. He tried to show speed in there. They beat him to the front. He just got shuffled back out of contention. I thought it really cost him any chance he might have had, and now he's second off the layoff.
We're kicking off a 50-cent pick 4 at Gulfstream on Wednesday with the race of the day, the 7th. Let's take a look at our top selections in here. You're going with Grand Malbec, dropping in class off of the trouble. I'm just taking a shot with Cryogenic, hoping that this pace falls apart. Maker's on fire. I'm also going to use a lot of Grand Malbec as well, and maybe I'll use Captain Ron as a backup in my picks in case he does get to the front and forgets to stop. I went 6-7-5-2. You're going 7-2-3-4. Grand Malbec on the drop.
Yeah, we'll give him a chance to rebound here. He's going to have to do it. I don't think I would take too short a price on him, Dan, but he looks like he fits really well here. I'm also interested in the 2, Honolulu Express. That horse has been in good form.
He has been in very good form, and he really likes the 5. We'll see how he responds to a little bit of a layoff and a step up in class, but he could be coming late if the pace is fast. Race 7 at Gulfstream on Wednesday, your DRF race of the day. Approximate post, 3:30 Eastern. Good luck.